It's no good. I can't stop the system from falling apart.
Oh, I have buttons.
I can't reconnect it to the orbital net or another energy source either. Supporting such an advanced AI is just too heavy a burden.
But that means he'll... I'm so sorry. The Genesis isn't reacting to anything anymore.
It's not your fault, Agnes. There must be a way. I'm just not seeing it.
It's fine, Salesian. I'm just paying the price for my foolishness. I crossed the line that should never be crossed, and tried to realize a weapon of pure evil. I allowed myself to be led astray. I have no one to blame but myself.
But... Professor!
I am moved by how much you care for me, even after all I've done. Perhaps you are the right person to entrust with this task after all.
What task?
At this rate, I will have failed as a researcher and died for nothing at all. So, please, don't let this all have been in vain. I may have failed to perfect the formula needed for fusion, but I discovered many others in the process.
Oh, all these formulae.
I believe them to be, as of yet, undiscovered formulae with peacetime applications. Analyze this terminal after I am gone, and you may be able to secure them.
But, Professor, that...
It's not gonna be easy to make use of finds from a technological singularity.
That's putting it lightly. We're talking technology humanity wouldn't have reached on its own for decades. We'll need more than one genius around to make sense of it all.
I feared as much. Cronkite likely won't be able to manage the task alone. If only there were one or two more like him around. If only she were here.
I wish I could tell you not to underestimate me, but I, too, know my limits.
You're...
Young?
Cronkite, I have...
I will refrain from commenting on all that transpired here. To we researchers, all that matters are results. However, you were able to catch a glimpse of something we all, at the very least, feel a small yearning for. That does have meaning.
Yes, I suppose you're right. My time here is at an end. I leave the rest to you and the many promising youths around us. May you forever remain on the forefront of Calvard's... no, the world's.
I will follow my own path, wherever it may lead me. Though I do intend to make some use of the formulae you leave us.
As do I. We won't let your work be in vain.
Here we go.
What?
Who's that? Oh,
The professor is back!
I'm home, Theo, Zeros. I'm sorry for being away for so long, Catra.
Gran!
If it isn't Professor Latoya Hamilton, one of Epstein's 3 disciples.
in the flesh. I've never had the honor of seeing her in person before this. I'm so glad we made it in time.
Oh, Callahan. You damn fool.
Esmeralda, Giscard, and Professor Hamilton. I didn't know you were back.
I hurried back to Calvard as soon as I learned what was transpiring. It saddens me deeply to have to bid farewell to a fellow researcher and associate like this.
As someone who admired and sought to surpass you, those words mean more to me than you could ever know.
Rest assured that we will use what you have left us. Cronkite and I will see those formulae analyzed. We will all see to it. Esmeralda, Catra, your other assistants, and the artisans of Basel as well. You did so much to further the city's development and held it so dear. Now we will use our strength to nurture yours.
I'd like to believe that ZCF can help in some way too.
I see now. This is what I should have done all along. I feel like in my last moments, I've solved the most difficult formula of all.
Friendship.
Thank
Friendship,
you, Professor.
and don't be an asshole.
Thank you, Salesian. And
You know,
thank you
generally
to all
speaking.
who stand with them. Now, I leave with no regrets.
Well, okay.
Farewell, Professor Callahan.
May you find peace with Adios above.
No, he's going to hell.
Straight to hell. There is no heaven. Not for him.
Professor Hiroshima over here.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Ah.
So that's how the pieces have fallen. Could we have made use of nuclear weapons? What do you think?
No. If anything, they are something that would put our very existence in danger. They're a forbidden weapon that renders all tactical analysis and strategy meaningless. That Almada has their eyes on them speaks of how much of a threat they really are.
Then we're agreed. Quite the unexpected development this was. Enough to pique the Society's interest as well. And now, we're to await Ms. Twining's return for the sake of our midterm goals.
I will provide all the support I can in the meantime.
Oh no. Oh, smile. Wasn't like a scowl or a frown, so that's good. So it must be time to go back
it was
to...
like, it was a nice.
We gotta go back home and have, you know, another person join despite the protestations of our dear leader Van.
You know, for once, they could just have someone come back with us and have it not be a surprise.
We'll see about that. How dare you suggest such a reasonable thing?
The Institute of Science claims this formula will allow for a more efficient
What the hell are those?
extraction of orbital energy from septium.
Those look like the beetles from the Mummy. The ones that come alive.
Maybe. Well, they're like dates, but your idea is better, I think.
Experts believe that the new discovery will have a significant impact on technological development in Zemuria going forward. This revolutionary breakthrough was made possible by the late Professor Callahan as part of his last work.
They really pulled it off, didn't they?
Yeah, in no small part because of Ren and the rest of them. Sounds like the genius professor left Basel as soon as the work was done, though.
That CEO's gonna be in for a fun time now that he's lost 2 of his smartasses.
Maybe, but it sounds like this news has got Vern's shares shooting straight up. Professor Hamilton's back for now, too, so he can probably breathe easy for a while.
I'd heard so much about her, but it was such a surprise to actually get to meet her. She's such an amazing lady. She really is. I couldn't agree more.
Flashback.
Yep. Here we go.
So you're Lilia's granddaughter. You do resemble her, not just the way you look. I can see you also possess her kindness and strong spirit.
This is one of my great-grandfather's diaries.
This brings me back. I would catch him writing entries from time to time. Oh, this here. This one is about me, Gerhard, and Albert. I still remember that time like it was yesterday.
Well, I only met him once back when I was a youngster. Makes me nostalgic thinking back on it now.
I don't mean to interrupt your reminiscing, but those words toward the end are rather ominous. I can see why it inspired you to risk so much to collect the Genesis.
Yes.
Else all that we know will come to an end.
I can't imagine it's meant to be taken any way other than literally, especially when you consider how the Genesis have been used so far.
Yeah, the kind of shit they're capable of almost feels like a bad joke sometimes.
So far, we've managed to gather 5 of the 8 Genesis. But do you think it would be better if I left them in the hands of you and the other disciples? And yes.
No, I think there are too much for even us to handle. If they truly are experimental apparatuses that Professor Epstein somehow created to gauge the world, then, and this will sound rather unscientific of me, it's as if destiny willed them to be in your hands. I plan to stay in Calvard for a while, so I'll get in contact with Albert and Gerhard about this. Fortunately, we happen to have someone else who knows both of them right here with us.
I'd be happy to serve as a mediator between all parties. We have much to discuss about the West Samuria Tech Union as well.
I will also do what I can to help Reset. Is everything still in order with regards to attaching Reset's new parts, Esmeralda?
As in order as can be. Our prospects were already bright with her being such a capable engineer, but with you, they'll be even brighter.
Me and the other artisans will be happy to pitch in with any precise adjustments, too. We'll see they aren't even a millerage off.
And I'll help too, of course.
I don't think we have anything to worry about with this many people on the case. Yes, it really is wonderful to see.
Well, can't say I give a damn about Marduk at the end of the day. Reset's a different story, though. She's one of the team, so take good care of her, if you don't mind.
I don't mind one bit. You said your name was Van, I believe. This may be a strange favor to ask, but I'd like you to look after my teacher's dear descendant. It would mean the world to me. And if you could please look after her young friends. But you were planning to do that even if I didn't ask, weren't you?
You got me. I'll do what I can to meet my obligation as their employer, at the very least.
Van.
We save his ass way more than he saves ours.
Is something wrong, Katra?
It's just... I'm so happy you're back. I am. But I wasn't able to do a thing in your absence. I feel like such a failure.
Katra.
You've been sleepwalking these past few days or something? We
Maybe.
couldn't have dreamed of dealing with this whole mess without you. You are our guide through and through.
We never would have thought to go to that factory without you. And I doubt we could have gotten through to Professor Callahan either. We owe everything to your efforts and perseverance. Plus, your orbital drones were a huge help.
You weren't too bad for someone who still looks and thinks like a kid. So, good job on this one, or whatever.
Get him.
Why do you always gotta be so far up your own ass?
See now? Not just anyone can be blessed with so many in their corner, you know.
Thank you for all you have done in my absence. It's good to be home. I've missed you, Katra.
Yeah. But not half as much as I've missed you, Gran.
By the way, Agnes, did you manage to finish your report on your visitation to Basel? I most certainly did. The others in my group helped a lot too, and we ended up receiving some very positive feedback from the school. Though I'm happy Ren was willing to cover up so much for me. No, happy isn't what I should be saying, is it?
The old fart's broken moral compass starting to rub off on you, huh?
I'm being careful not to go too far. I don't want to end up like Van.
Hey.
He's right there.
We're almost done with the roasted chestnuts.
Ah.
That's what those are?
Only one left now.
Why are they...
I
What?
look forward to these every year. Their fragrance and soft texture really hammer home that fall is here. Hum.
And there it goes.
Homer Simpson ass noise. How?
Here you go again. Took the last of them too, you bastard.
Don't worry, we have another batch. Hello? I hope I'm not interrupting.
Could be anyone, really.
Who knows who that
my
is?
guess is Melchior.
Oh, hey.
Jello arms. Oh.
Oh.
A lovely day to you all. I'm here to resume work once more. Reset!
That's our maid. 3 o'clock on the dot.
You're all good now then?
I'm the picture of health, thank you. Professor Hamilton, her students, and many others took excellent care of me. My new artificial limbs are a vast improvement over my previous ones, even. I can see I've had you all very worried. I'm so very sorry.
Oh, Reset, of course we were worried.
We're so glad to have you back. Welcome home, Reset. Thank you for the warm welcome.
We've got a solid chunk of work that's been piling up, including managing the pay coming in from our last job. You got time to help me out with it right now?
All the time in the world. Oh, but first...
I did bring someone else with me.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, and very located.
Yo?
Just them, though.
Attacking
Screw
on
everyone
sight.
else.
What?
Whoa! The
Ah.
hell?
Zeros?
Down, Zeros. And come back here, Theo.
Petra, what are you doing here? He came along to make sure everything was how it should be after all the work that was done on me. Though he has something else he wishes to discuss in addition to that.
It's a bit cramped, but there's a wired connection to the orbital network here at least. I should be able to work in this environment.
What?
Don't tell me.
That's right. I'm going to be helping out around here for a while. I'll admit that Professor Hamilton may have been the one to recommend it, but the final decision was mine. All of you remarkably captured my interest during our time together. Not just because of Agnes's Genesis, but because of that Grendel and Mare, too.
I suppose no one can blame you for that.
I'm also concerned on a broader level. Basel doesn't appear to be the only place where criminals are misusing tech for nefarious purposes. So I think Arkwright Solutions is going to need its own technical advisor, don't you?
That's, actually a good point. A very good point. While I am well versed in modern technology, my field is software, not hardware.
Those black and silver thingies would be good backup in a fight, too. What's it gonna be, Chief?
Screw it. What's one more at this point? I'll introduce you to our landlords later.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to working here.
Oh, but Reset, Catra, you've got to try the roasted chestnuts. They're super soft and sweet.
I'll go and make some more coffee for us, too.
At least Van got to have a
Cinnamon
say.
coffee? He did.
He didn't. Everyone clearly was just going to guilt trip him even if he said no, but at least it wasn't just hoisted upon him.
True. The illusion is important.
Yes, that way he feels in charge even though he is not.
No. He has not been in charge since, like, the first 30 minutes of this game.
Mm-hmm.
We could have had quite the crisis on our hands if events had been allowed to play out as our foes wanted.
Thank you, sir. Though I believe most of the credit goes to our agent in the field and the Principality's representatives. I will admit that I did not anticipate you hiring Marduk to act when they did, however.
They will do whatever you ask so long as the price is right. It makes them rather convenient in times like these. There are advantages to their being a neutral organization beholden to no government, even if using their services requires an objective mindset. I imagine you can see their merits as well, Professor Cronkite.
I do. At least they are competent, unlike a certain superior of mine that I could name.
I don't disagree. The time is long past due for Vern to appoint a new CEO. We can maintain the status quo as long as Professor Hamilton remains in the Republic. But as soon as she departs, we will indeed make the necessary arrangements.
I see no issue with that timeline.
Now, as we previously agreed, I think it's about time you got to work. After all, this project will bring about massive change to the Republic, to the entire world. Nothing will be the same after the Republican Army's Zeku space base is completed and in operation.
Zeku? That's the name you went with?
Zeku. I think he shows up in Reverie. I think a lot of things that happen in this game are in Reverie, and that's okay.
Ah, I see.
All right, 14,000. We don't know what, but 14,000. I know it's money, but they didn't say it was money.
Oh, they didn't say it was money. I was also thrown off for a second.
Just 14,000. Dance.
Truly well done. Then I'll update your rank.
Hooray.
Got it.
Yay.
No, Lorray. Okay.
That's just about perfect.
S. Sexcellent.
See? You get it.
I mean, I'm conflicted.
How Aaron is consistently our employee of the month every time.
I know. I'm wondering what the basis is for that. And if y'all want to tell me in the comments, that's okay. Not that I'm upset about it. I mean, you like him, and I'm going to keep him in the party because of that, because I have a feeling I would be swapping him out soon if it wasn't for you. But the more he gets these, the more indispensable he becomes, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I'm conflicted because I like him as a character a lot. He's probably my favorite as well in this game so far. But I feel like he has the least purpose in battle at the moment. I need to find more of a lane for him.
Gotcha.
Maybe
That's fair.
I need to either lean more into crit or evasion or something that gives him more of a hook, because like Van is now cranking through S-crafts. That's his main thing. And he's our tank. And obviously we know what the other two are doing in the back with Agnes and Katra.
Yeah.
So I
kind of like the idea of an evasion or crit build for him. That'd be fun.
Yeah, he can slot into both, I think, relatively easily based on some of his base stats and other stuff. So we'll see. Again, I'm not worried about it, and I'll keep him around because you like him, but I think I'm going to be sad with another character coming up. So
yeah.
Katros Elysian. Together with Theo and Zeros, I'll do whatever I can to assist.
I mean, I guess in a certain way it makes sense, because he can't be the employee of the month. He's not an employee yet. And
true.
I guess you could make the case for Agnes, but then again, she's healing sometimes. If it's damage based, it may not be her. I don't know. I'd be curious.
Mm-hmm.
Sure has. All right. For 60 seconds, impressions of Chapter 4.
I mean, certainly better than Chapter 3. I will say that. Pacing was a little all over the place, but it was still better than Chapter 3.
Yeah, and then some of that might just be a Trails thing
you?
at this point.
Yeah. And some of that is, I think we were gone, and there were other things happening that kind of delayed us. But
Also true. Only other thing I'll say, I agree. Chapter 4, a good chapter, maybe my favorite so far, though I'm kind of partial to Chapter 1 as well. Chapter 3 is the lowest, but
oh yeah,
that ending kind of sucked. And I mean only from a battle perspective, not from a story perspective. The story perspective of them basically using an old massive robot and injecting Callahan's AI into it is a cool idea on the surface. Those fights were nothing.
Yeah, those were Yeah, I feel like this series always kind of struggles with balancing. Sometimes in combat, you get some insanely difficult boss battles, and other times you kind of just it's a cakewalk. And this definitely felt like that for sure.
Melchior and Olympia were at least challenging, although they didn't get to really pop off with any of their tricks. I sort of did that by design because I didn't want to get hit murdered by an S-craft or something, and we neutralized Melchior's bombs. So that one at least felt like I was kind of the reason why. We also got a little bit lucky on a couple of S-boosts at good times, so it wasn't just like, I'm so smart. But like that one at least felt somewhat earned. The robot kept hitting us and just not doing any damage. I'm not entirely sure what that was about.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't mind being challenged. And again, we're on neutral difficulty. I could turn it up if I was really worried about it, but it just feels like that fight was out of place because we've had our back against the wall multiple times in each of the past couple chapters. So I just don't understand the last fight because it's like when the Grendel shows up, the robot wasn't intimidating in the first place, and it doesn't do any more damage in the second fight, and now we have a Grendel. So it was like, eh?
Right. Then he really wasn't doing anything.
So again, a minor quibble for a chapter I liked overall, and again, from a story and plot perspective, I liked the idea of the fight at the end. It just mechanically just felt very, I mean, I'll just say it, limp dick.
Yeah.
But I don't.
That is one way to put it.
I don't think that'll be the case going forward. Those fights have usually been a little bit more difficult than that, so I'm just going to chalk it up to kind of a one. And who knows? Maybe there was an attack or something that we didn't see, and it would have been a lot more devastating. We saw a variety of them. I don't know, but my only real quibble with that chapter was that. So a minor thing. Still liked it quite a bit, and I'm excited to see where we're starting off in chapter 5. Assuming chapter 5 is next. What did it say when I saved? It didn't yet. Okay. So I think there are 6 chapters. So we're getting there. And
we're getting there.
Starting a new chapter is always fun because you get to see, is there a new character? Sometimes we see party members at the start. Sometimes we see other important characters, major plot point. We don't know. And that'll give us incentive to jump back in next time.
Yeah.
See you then.
See ya.